as we continue on with factoring, we got to figure out how to factor different cases. So far we know how to factor when we have a GCF. That's always our go-to. Number one thing, we're going to factor out that GCF. From there, we had a couple hints. If our polynomial had 4 terms, and we've already factored out the GCF, we got 4 terms, then we learned how to do factor by grouping. But not all of our polynomials are going to have 4 terms, so what do we do then? This is an example of what we can do when our polynomial doesn't have 4 terms. So let's say we are looking at x squared plus 7x plus 12. And we need to factor this guy. Well, the cool thing is we already know how to factor when we have 4 terms. So let's go ahead and make our polynomial have 4 terms. What we're going to do is we're going to split the 7x into 2 different terms. Okay? And how we're going to do that is we're going to look at the factors of 12 that will help me split a 7. So we know the factors of 12. We could have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, or 3 times 4. So these are being multiplied together to equal that 12. And we remember seeing that when we distributed our binomials together. Okay? To add or combine to equal this 7, that's going to be 3 and 4, 1 and 6, 2 and 5, and that's about it. Okay? So these we are adding together. So we're looking for factors of 12 that combine to equal this 7x. If we notice, they both have 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to split my 7 using 3x and 4x. So that looks like x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. So all I did was take this 7x and split it. That's it. And now my polynomial has 4 terms. So I can go ahead and factor by grouping. So I can group my first 2 terms and my last 2 terms. So x squared and 3x, they have an x in common, leaving me with x plus 3. And then 4x and 12, they have a positive 4 in common, and that leaves me with x plus 3. Together, they have the x plus 3, and it's being multiplied to x plus 4. Here are my factors of my quadratic. We can check to see if we've done that properly by distributing it back together. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 4 is 12. 4x plus 3x gives me 7x. And I am back to where I started. All right? So what happens here, no GCF, we didn't have 4 terms, so we split that middle term, so we have 4 terms and we can factor. Okay? This works when our leading coefficient is a 1. So this is 1x squared. This process works. Okay, so that should probably be our hint. So over here, when we have a 1x squared, then I'm going to say plus or minus bx plus or minus c. bx plus c. When this happens, right now what we're doing is we're creating the 4th term. So to start our factoring here, we split the middle term. So then we can go ahead and factor by grouping. Okay? I don't know if you noticed this, but we're doing a lot of repetition. Okay? We're just learning GCF, and and we're applying it over and over. We might have to group, we might have to build a fourth term, but we're still just factoring out that GCF. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close this video. I think I'm going to do another video for signs. Check the next video.